Hey y'all, it's Whiskey and welcome to the Friday Hot Toddy, Tea and Whiskey. And this week our theme is resentment. The definition of resentment is bitter indignation about feeling like we've been treated unpoorly. If you are any kind of a trauma survivor, and it happens with people who don't have trauma also, but it's that holding on, it's that not letting go of feeling like we weren't treated right. Sometimes even if we weren't mistreated because of ways we have been treated by other people or something that triggered it, and we just hold on, we just won't let go of what that is, and we get in that eat or be eaten mode, and we're just ready to pounce. It's definitely connected to survival mode. For me, it brings out a fight response, right? My resentment, when somebody comes at me, or I hold a resentment towards somebody and I feel like I'm going to be treated unfairly again, I'm ready to pounce. I'm ready to defend and protect myself before that comes at me again. That is not healthy. And I've had to learn to let go of things and people that that breed that resentment in me, right? And it's not them that's doing it, it's me that's doing it. It's me that's holding on to things that really need to be let go. um and the number one way to start all this, of course, is awareness. Being aware of the fact of what we resent, being aware of the fact of what's triggering it, if it's even that person or if it's a situation or anything like that. And then really speaking to those things and speaking those things out as they are. This is happening to me. I feel like this because, right? I'm mad at this person and I don't want to let go of this because. Sometimes we won't let go and we resent people because we just don't know what's on the other side of it. We've done it for so long that we don't want to. Thank you, son. We don't want to. We're more afraid of what's on the other side of letting it go than we are of holding that resentment. It's our what we know, and it's what we. Sorry if you hear that car. It's what we know, and it's what we're used to. So it's just sometimes it feels like it's easier to do, but it's really not. I mean, resentment is literally drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. And I've watched some things and watched some studies like on energy and trapped energy, and they're actually saying that there's a really strong correlation between resentment and cancer because you're trapping that energy in your body. You're letting that energy sit there and fester, and that's exactly what cancer does, isn't it? It festers and it builds and it grows until it kills its host, right? Or you have to treat it and go through a whole different battle to get rid of it. And so that forgiveness and that letting go literally releases you from whatever it is that's festering inside of your body so that you can have a healthy relationship with yourself. Joyce Meyer, she's a TV evangelist. I used to watch her all the time. And one of her sermons that I had watched, she said, uh, things that are buried alive never die. Resentment are those things that we bury alive. We haven't dealt with them, and they don't die. They just sit there and they wait. Even if you're in a situation where you resent somebody that you're around all the time, then you're building that energy, and you're just feeding that cancer inside you, literally and hopefully, or possibly literally, right? Or causing it. And just that dark energy that comes with that, you're feeding it because you're not letting go of what you are resenting with somebody. um and then, like, a failure to act on it, a failure to forgive, and a failure to let go of that resentment is a failure to thrive. If you can't move on from it and you can't learn from it, then you're still in survival mode. How are you going to thrive from something or thrive beyond something if you haven't let it go? The sun is killing me right now. We're just going to run with this. So that's what we're working on this week, is just the finding the awareness and the resentment and why we resent things, either with a certain person or a situation, and what it is and what the steps that we are going to take to forgive that person. And forgiving a person that you resent, or forgiving a situation that you resent, does not mean you have to keep them in your life. It does not mean that you have to hold on to that person too. Sometimes it's healthier to let go of that person physically and emotionally, and to forgive them. There was another, a preacher, a church that I went to years ago. There was a sermon I went to that says, I forgive you, but you're not invited to dinner, right? And it's just letting go and letting God and letting it be, or letting however you believe, and moving on with your life, putting a positive energy and something else in that space. That is that resentment and that dark energy has been taking up so much space and so much, it's living rent free in your life, and it's not hurting anybody but you. It's not, it's just really not, and we try to hold these grudges and these resentments towards people, thinking that, well, one of these days I'll show them, or whatever the case may be. And you're not doing anything but hurting yourself. So, short, sweet, and to the point this week. And let's work on this. I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Keep on rocking.